What's going on, everybody? It's Ern from the Fire Resistant Podcast on Twitch. If you're watching this and you're like, hey, why in the world is he on YouTube talking about Twitch? Well, just so you know, my name is Ern. My co-host, his name is Fred. We stream on Twitch every Sunday, Monday, Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time to about 11, sometimes 12. So if you're looking for a community to just get a part of and ask questions, we're a Christian stream. We talk about everything from wrestling to Jesus. So ultimately, this channel, of course, as you maybe have stumbled across, this is more of a pop culture thing. So for those of you that watched the previous couple of new streams back or new videos back, you'll see that I have cleaned up finally. It's a progression. We're going to figure out some sort of art to put down here, so that way we have our Batman, Joker, He-Man, and then Dwight right there, and then we got our Funko Pops, but our plushes over here that I've won from round one for my kids. And so we need something, I feel like we need something right there to balance everything off. So ultimately today, we're going to talk about two things. We're going to talk about Cobra Kai Season 5. Going to be very light on the spoilers, hopefully. And then the new Karate Kid movie that they have announced, and if that's a good idea, so we'll see. But let's get into it. For those of you, and maybe you're just kind of stumbling around here, and maybe you haven't seen Cobra Kai, but Cobra Kai is the love sequel to the Karate Kid series. So far, it's just been the sequel series to 1 and 2, as far as the story of Johnny and Daniel-san, as they started off not liking each other, just like from the movies. But ultimately, here we are, season 5. We've got Kreese that's in jail. We've got Silver that's taken over Cobra Kai, and we have Daniel-san and Johnny that have joined forces. So here's what I'll tell you. Here's my thoughts. And if you would, put your comments down below. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Have you even watched the series? Do you even care? Just put it down below. And we're just getting started, so I should be able to respond to just about every comment. But ultimately, here we go. The series first started out, the season just started out, and it didn't let up. I was concerned in the first 2 episodes that there wasn't a lot of karate, but it's this season was a slow burn, and it burned up to the certain point. And now that I've seen the entire season as a whole, I am so glad that we didn't have karate fighting from episode 1 through episode 10, the final episode of the season, because that final sequence would have been watered down compared to an entire season of just kids punching each other in the face, adults punching each other in the face. The few fights that were in this season were top tier. Like I said, we're going to tend to, dance around the small spoilers, but we had a moment where Daniel fought Silver. We fought him twice, but the first time he fought him with like pure emotion, which is what you're not supposed to do. The anti-Miyagi way, more of like the Eagle Fang way, like fight with aggression, fight with emotion rather than the actual art that Daniel knew. So I think that was shown off very well. Silver had got into his mindset, manipulated him into the point where he was just an angry person, ruining his life. So high points of this season. I think that the addition of Chosen to the season was awesome. He played the fish out of water character very well. They didn't overdo it too much. He was very likable. And then, at the end of the season, they left a bunch of characters, which they're supposed to do, on a cliffhanger style ending. So yeah, I like the addition of Chosen. Silver, he came in last season, but he was more of like a background person. But this season he was full front and center, and he played it awesome. My wife just says, I hate seeing his face. Every time that he was on screen, she's like, I hate his face. Everything that he says, everything that he does, I hate his face. She said that jokingly, and so the high points, of course, were him, the continuation of Johnny, the mending of fences between some characters that needed to get done. How long do you drag out people disliking each other for very minor reasons, or some of them major? But the story arcs needed to wrap up, because they wrapped up some of those last season as well. So I thought that the story was awesome. The progression of the characters are good, and they continue to make the Karate Kid / Cobra Kai relevant, at least from a story arc from Netflix position. I forgot to switch to this, so here we go. Because I was going to go down some of the characters as far as where they go. I guess I should have clicked that a long time ago. But ultimately, back to what I was saying, you have, Hawk, which really, Hawk didn't really have an arc this season. He was just kind of there because he was a cast member previous. Even Daniel's daughter really didn't have, she had an okay arc, but they really didn't do anything with her. Robbie didn't really have an arc, and the two wives or two women of the show really didn't have an arc other than, Johnny knocking one of them up. Well, he didn't knock up Danielson's wife, so the only person he could knock up is Miguel's mom. But yeah, each one of them had a pretty, the story was really good. The one negative the one negative story arc that didn't really truly have a legit payoff was Miguel going to Mexico. The first, I think it was 3 seasons, first 3 episodes were just I don't know. You knew that when he got there that he wasn't gonna, that nothing bad was gonna happen to him. They're not gonna kill Miguel off in Mexico or anything bad happened to him. There's a couple of funny moments in Mexico, but ultimately, spoilers. He finds his dad, and his dad's a jerk, and now he realizes why his mom left his dad so many years ago. Hopefully there's a payoff with next season where the dad shows up, the dad figures out that Miguel's his son, he shows up, and there is that payoff. But if they don't do that, then the first 3 episodes from Johnny, Robbie, and Miguel's standpoint wasn't really good. So that was the main beef. The second negative thing about this season is the Netflix's implementation of the F word. You have a show that towed the line of PG-13. Pretty softly. They didn't really say or do anything. There's not really, sex in it. There's implied sex, but they never really show it. He drops S-bombs and other, more mild language, as we have a tier session here in America. But ultimately they implemented GD, and since we are a Christian stream, that's offensive. All of profanity really doesn't offend me, but GD does. So they implemented GD in there, but they implemented, there was a lot of F words in it, and it was very disappointing, the first one that they dropped. And then, they continued to spray them out throughout the season. So that was disappointing because, you have a huge book of dialogue that you could, or a huge dictionary you could pull dialogue out of, but you choose to revolve around people's conversations around specific words, just kind of dumb it down. So yeah, ultimately that was my review of season 1 of Cobra Kai. It was really good. Season 5. I keep on messing up. Season 5 of Cobra Kai. It was really good. I would suggest watching it. If you have watched seasons 1 through 4, then definitely 5, which should be on your radar. And as we go to wrap this up, there has been information that has been let out that they are doing a new Karate Kid movie, and it's purely based off of the of the popularity of this show, and the fact that that they are doing this, and now they're saying the latest of it. Let me see if I can find the article. The latest of the articles that are out there is saying that it has nothing to do with Cobra Kai. Danielson and Johnny are not going to be in it, and yeah, here it is right here. Here it is right here. Let's pull it up so you guys can see it. It says that the new Karate Kid not part of Cobra Kai. So it's saying that the guys and I would love to make Karate Kid and Cobra Kai movies and hope someday do that. But this isn't from us or focused on Cobra Kai cast. Don't know much about it, but wish it well. So, the rumor of it that you could probably kind of see is that it says right here, it says there's been speculation that the film could serve as a period prequel showcasing the early days of the late Mr. Miyagi, his character, but it's not been confirmed. And so, wrapping things up, if they do make a Mr. Miyagi prequel series, I think it'll be awesome. I don't know how in the current climate that we're in, as far as from a woke perspective, I don't know how you make a wholesome, non-woke Mr. Miyagi story, but we'll see. I'm excited. I would like to see the origins of Mr. Miyagi if told correctly. He's the backbone of the entire Karate Kid series, right? He may be dead, but every season, almost every episode, Mr. Miyagi-Do is referenced. So to see his origin would be awesome. So if they do go that direction, the actor has very big shoes to fill. So that's all I got to say about that. Cobra Kai Season 5. Watch it. It was good. Karate Kid, the next movie, the next series, whatever it is, I think with the right cast, right story, it should be awesome. So if you like what you saw or you're listening to, please hit the subscribe button. Follow us here. And then also we stream again on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. We are the Fire Resistant Podcast. My co-host, his name is Fred. He is starting up the engines of TikTok. So if you would follow us on TikTok too, you will have more Fred than you can possibly imagine, which is it's a good thing. So I really appreciate you. Thank you all, and we'll talk to you later.